Alright, what's going on, Forgotten Nation? I'm your host, FG. Welcome back to some more Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. Last we left off, we took on version 1, which had more of a gimmick-based aspect to it, and a lot of power-ups per se the most. But with version 2, it's a little different because it's more simplistic. And that simplicity really does add to the overall value of the game being more accessible and overall, I would say, more fun. So, let's get straight into it. And I do want to mention some more as we get into later in the episode, but for now, let's just explain the gameplay. So as before you saw, there was roulette, there was power-ups. Take it all away. Focus more on the gameplay, as well as the overall skill. From this point on, what you see before you is what you get. If you go for the bananas, you can go for the bananas. If you see power-ups, they're right before you, which means it's your choice of going for them should you want the extra abilities. However, there is also still the idea of the risk being made, plummeting to your death or losing altitude. And should you decide to push yourself forward, you get more reward out of the risk. But for what it is, I would say this is definitively the best way to play Monkey Target, just because of how simple it is to get a hold of it, and how hard it is still in the making to master it. And so what you see is what you get. There's a total of 3 stages, and after round 4 they repeat once again, which means, essentially, it is probably one of the fastest games you'll play of the party games. But the replayability is very strong because of its bigger emphasis on going for the high score. And because you're not being slowed down by stuff like the roulette or the power-ups, it's very easy to get in, play it, and try it again from scratch. And I would say that this also has one of the best multiplayer aspects of the game because you're also, instead of taking turns like before, you're all going at once. There's no waiting around. Everyone goes for the top spot. And so I would say this is probably one of the best games to play with a party because of its fast pace and overall gameplay. And that's Monkey Target. At its core, this is its basis. Simply going for the high score. And what you make of it, based on your skill, based on how hard you want to be, is the reward you get out of it. But for now, let's just try to land for the goal. Nope. Yeah, we're out of here. Ah. So there is still really an aspect of trying to stay alive. And hopefully not drowning in the ocean. Wow. So yeah, that means we're already halfway through the game. And it's here that I want to talk a little bit about the LP itself and what direction we're going forward with. So, I could tell, being really a content creator and the analytics side of things, that there's been a bit of a fatigue with the overall LP as a whole. Whether it's something I'm not delivering in terms of like commentary or gameplay aspects, or if it's really just that everyone's seen enough, I could tell that everyone's had enough of Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. So, overall, I think this episode's going to be the last of overall just simply playing the party games. The next episode is going to be based on essentially showing off the last 3 main Deluxe games and a bit of a brief montage. And then from there, it's going to be just a single video showing off the other 6 games, which are originally unlockables in Super Monkey Ball 2. And then we're not going to waste any time there, we're going to go straight to challenge mode, we're going to try it out, and then that's going to be the end of the LP. I don't want to I don't want to drain any more time out of this than what it may seem. So, I do think it's time to move on to something completely different. But hey, that's 2,000 points right there in the making. Dang. Okay, we can celebrate to that. Yeah. But yeah. So I do think that this is going to be really the last party game we cover in depth. And because of how short it is, we're going to play one more time after this and see if we can break this high score. But 4,000 is already a high score to beat, by the way. But then, yeah, I do think that we should probably move forward with some other content going forward, as for the sake of keeping the channel overall in a good place. Alright, we're gonna go for this break power-up. We'll try to pull... Nah, we're not gonna get the magnet. Alright, drop down. The wind's going against us, but we should... No! It was right there! It was right there! Alright. But that's the end of it. 6 rounds in, we got 4,340 points, which is really good. That is really good. But alright, rank in. And of course, this is one of those games that's based on scores, so you know we gotta put our name on the leaderboard. So, let's go. First place, we got B, A. To the right. I, L. Gotta go back again. Because you gotta get the letter. No, don't want the letter F. No, go back. No. E. And go all the way to the end for the letter Y. As in, why is this still happening? So as you can see, there's not much competition. It's been a while since I last played this, but yeah, I played this the most. However, I always played the GameCube version a lot more. More or less because it's the GameCube, and that was what I really grew up with the most. But, I don't know. Maybe it's accessibility, maybe it's just a matter of principle, but that was always the version I'd play. I'd always play it on Super Monkey Ball 2. So that's why that the high scores aren't exactly the highest tier, but it is what you make out of it. Alright, so for this next run, we're going to try and go for some of the further islands. So, let's get some of the bananas, which, by the way, each banana is actually worth 10 points. So even if you want some small scores to go with it, in the event that you should fall out, go for the bananas. Alright. So here's where we really see the emphasis of risk versus reward. If we don't make it over there, we're going to see that we're slowly going to fall to our death. So, we want to keep this downward momentum going. And most importantly, you want to stay within the rings of the bananas. Alright. So we're going to try to go for that far island over there, but we're already pushing it. Luckily, the wind is in our favor, so we're going to have a little bit of... Oh, we are slowly low. Oh. We're not going to make it. We are not going to make it. We're losing speed. Okay. Oh, okay. We're not going for this. Oh, we're going for the 400. There we go. We were really close to the ground, by the way. Should you not be able to close the capsule, you will actually get no points for the landing, which means you need to close the ball in order to make the points count. But luckily, we have the 3 multipliers, so that was a good amount of points. And that was only the first round, by the way. Alright, so time for the second drop. Let's go for it, and deploy. I always think that the best way to go about it is to deploy when you're at the very top, because if you go any lower, sure you get some extra speed out of it, but you're really playing with the altitude overall. And speaking of speed, if we keep it up, get the magnet. We can go a little lower, and go for the drop. That's 300! With the multiplier 3, that makes 600 points. So alright, now we're talking. So let's keep going. The key to a high score is the multiplier. Any chance you can get, go for the stars. In some ways, that's kind of iconic. You're saying like, reach for the stars. Achieve your dreams. Motivational speech. Motivational poster. This isn't a monkey, it's a cat. It's secretly a cat dressed as a monkey. I don't get though, how come there's always like those posters, it's like, they got like motivational words, but it's always a cat of all things. I know they made that trope in like movies and like TV shows, but why is it a cat? But let's go, 750 with the double multiplier. Double? I meant to say double. But alright, that's worth celebrating. Yeah! Alright, so let's keep going. That's already halfway through and we're very close to creaming the top score. So let's just see how far we can go. And deploy. Alright, we got some momentum going to the left, which means we're not going to go for the far island. But let's just try to see what we can get. Keep going, keep going. Alright, just go for the middle. And deploy. Rolling, rolling, and we got 200. Double multiplier that makes 400 points. That's good. That's a lot of points. Alright. Ready, and go. Alright, wait for it. And deploy. Alright, keeping the rings. Bananas are good. Keep the multiplier. We haven't tried much for the high spot, and that magnet could be useful, but we'll just stick around with what we got. Wind's going in our direction, just to make this a little easier. Let's deploy. Nope, nope, we're going way too fast. Ah! To our death. Drowning in the ocean. Not gonna see any of those sea creatures in the third world. Alright, here we go. Last jump. Let's get a little bit of speed. Not gonna make much of a difference, but I just want to do it just because. Did you know, though, if you fall off here, you automatically lose. There's no such thing as a redo. So do not fall off at the very beginning. But, let's drop. Wind's to the left, so let's aim a little to the right. Let's go. We're gonna pull all the way up and go over the high rings. Here we go. Alright, keep the momentum. I don't know if the bananas actually help. I think maybe it's the rings themselves, but if you keep with the banana trail, you might find yourself doing a little better than usual. But we got the multiplier, and we're gonna go for the magnet. We could drop dead in the middle, but I don't know how great of an idea that is. So, you know we gotta go for the gold. And we're gonna pull all the way up so we start falling down below. Just like that. And a little further, and deploy! Whoa, that was close! That was close. You saw it, he like did like a right in the ground, and then he was able to deploy it. But alright, that went great. So, final score is 5,610, which you know that means first place. So, let's take our winnings and claim the top spot on the board. So, alright. You know what name we gotta put in, and hopefully not mess up with the letter F. Okay, let's go all the way. L. E. Y. Let's go. Alright, first place. So, that's gonna do it for Monkey Target Deluxe. I still really do think that version 2 is the best way to play, especially if you got friends around with you. Its simplicity and its overall access to its gameplay makes it one of the best party games that the series has ever offered up to this point. And I believe it's the one game that would never actually return true to its form in later games in the series. And that's a bit of a shame. I really do hope that, should Monkey Ball ever return, that they bring back Monkey Target in its full form, just like we saw here. But anyways, that's going to do it for Monkey Target Deluxe. So, as I mentioned earlier on, we're going to be focusing on call it a montage of sorts of the next 3 games. And then we're going to cover the 6 games, in brief, that the rest of the party games have to offer. So, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like and comment below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. But wow, this really does bring me back to when I'd play this all the time. And like I said, I think I clocked in way more hours in this game than I did the main game itself. More or less because of that world with the giant pot of soup. Yeah, that's why I never really played much of the main game.